Welcome back, everyone. Episode 4 of The End of the World Zombie Apocalypse. So, Joshua here, everyone else. Emily's finally here.
You listen.
Woot woot. Griffin and Kaz are sitting in the peanut gallery playing. So in the previous episode, everyone was able to pile into different cars after they looted the library. They went to Jacob's house to get guns, knives, and more food. And then they beat tracks on the back roads to get to CJ's dad's house. And were met at rifle range because they went bombing through his dad's front yard.
If he fired that standing up, he'd probably fuck up his shoulder.
Okay, well, all right. So after you show him the video of what happened in town, so what happens next?
We rest there.
Well, do you explain to him everything that's going on?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right. So, make a social charisma test. So,
like that.
CJ, yeah, just do it.
All right. Positive.
Positive, negative. One positive because you're his son.
Natural leader.
Hold on. One positive because you have video proof. And but one
logistic coordinator.
Hold on. But one negative because you're all trying to talk at the same time and explain the situation. All right, and that just roll.
Do I add in my features?
No,
okay.
No, not this time. Just roll.
I have. Let's see. These cancel each other, and I have one fail.
Okay. How many passes?
None, because I only have 3 in charisma.
Wow.
Can I try and explain it to him?
All right. Yeah. So take 1 point of social stress. And all right. So as you're trying to explain this, your dad is just looking at you, going, "Stop smoking dope." You're not even old enough to smoke dope, but I'm just going to tell you stop smoking dope. All right.
So I guess
I think your parents old enough to smoke dope.
Yeah.
Positive, negative.
All right.
I get another positive for.
All right. So positive. So positive for video proof. And then what are your features for social?
Wheeler and dealer, short temper, and 2 honest.
Wheeler and dealer.
2 honest. All right. 1 positive for 2 honest, but also a negative for for the situation. All right.
Those cancel out. So I have.
Those cancel out. He has 1 single success.
All right.
Wait, what is it for? What is it, charisma? I have no successes, no failures.
All right.
Do you want me to try this now?
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead.
Alright, so positive, neg.
So basically, he's just like, I'm still a little.
I have diplomat.
Yeah. All right. Diplomat gives. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, add 2 for diplomat.
Alright.
And then
video evidence.
Yeah.
And then.
That's
Can I try to quiet everybody down first and then tell him?
I will willingly shut up if he thinks he can.
All right. Yeah. So 1 positive to get everyone to shut up.
Okay. So.
And but still one negative because you're not sure that like after two people have tried.
Alright.
It's a lot of dice. 10.
Alright, hold on. Okay. That cancels each other out. And then 1, 2, 3.
4 passes, 1 fail.
Yeah, 4 passes, 1 fail.
All right, so 1 point of social stress. And then, so he finally believes Tim.
Dang.
Yeah, finally understanding what
Yeah. All right, and so he, puts the safety back on the Mosin, and
Okay.
are all of you, getting all the supplies out of the
we're carrying
out of the
inside.
prospective vehicles?
I'm gonna suggest that we all lay out all of the stuff that we have resource wise and take stock of what we have.
All right, so
Basically
all right, you take all the supplies out of all the vehicles, but as you're doing this, your dad is just like, because he finally believed Tim, he just sees like all this stuff, all these guns, all these swords, all these knives, all these backpacks, and he's just like, holy shit, they might be telling the truth. And so, all right, so you go inside the house and you start just peeling out all this stuff out of all the backpacks and laying it all out on the kitchen counter, on the on the tables, and you just start basically just doing inventory and like trying to split it evenly between everyone.
Well,
Well,
we're trying to keep
Or
in
you-
mind,
or
like,
are
who
you-
would be good with what.
All right, yeah, all right.
I would suggest that the group, we have a stockpile, and then people who need stuff like, everybody needs a melee weapon. Everybody who
Is proficient with,
proficient with handguns or long guns needs to have one.
and because Kaz and Griffin are basically the medics,
Yes.
so they would get all the medical
Which-
stuff
Alright,
for the
so
most part.
do we want to
Well,
go
I
ahead and
have
start?
some medical knowledge.
I'll
All right,
be-
well,
I'll be-
all right, then you'd have like one of the smaller basic kits.
Question, do we want to go ahead and start laying out stuff that we have at my dad's house and
Um,
grabbing that and putting that in stockpile?
Well, not yet. Hold on. All right, so I'm like,
I got real quick. I know human anatomy. What is that?
you would
anything special?
well you would
Cannibalism?
well, no, you would be helpful for like figuring out pinpoint attacks against zombies, but also working in conjunction with Kaz would be able to do basic triage.
Yeah.
Like for you, she would be able to do advanced triage.
Yeah, because I've taken human anatomy and physiology as well.
Yeah. So the two of you put together would be able to like figure out how to
You
like
guys
actually
do
do
great
surgery if actually do surgery if needed.
Gotcha.
All right. So all right, as y'all are doing inventory, your dad sees all this, but also he's just like, all right, so obviously if y'all have all this, then I need to, pony up to add to it and, to make sure we're all safe. And so he,
So-
he starts grabbing like anything and everything that he can think of.
And I'll grab what I can
All
from
right,
my
so,
stuff.
all right.
So we have, of course, he's got his
Yeah.
Mosin.
Oh, here, hold on. All right. So everyone, the pieces of paper that CJ has, like during the break that we did, they went ahead and did inventory of what was in CJ's dad's house.
Just to save time.
Yeah, just to save time. So,
So we've got the Mosin that my dad has, a 22 pistol, 22 rifle, 2 9mm, 2 long swords, 1 katana, mine, titanium hunting knife, bladed brass knuckles, 2 machetes, trench knife, and since we're just listing out the weapons, 8 throwing knives. Where's the other sheet?
That's
They
fine.
have another 10 from.
We have, where's it at? We have medical supplies at my dad's house. We have the bow staff. We have my rapier. We have a metal bat, and we have 2 curved daggers, which they're not like curved, like they curve over the knuckles, and the blades are on the outside of the
Riddick.
knuckles.
all
Yeah,
right.
think Chronicles of Riddick. Those
All
are
right. All right. So,
and that's just the weapons.
all right. All right. So at this point, I'm just gonna say that we like just figure out like what you want to divvy up between everyone at this point. But
Alright.
but because this is gonna take a full day and you're gonna try to figure out what your next step is,
Oh, yeah, we're
then
definitely resting
like
for
your
that.
your traumas are now redacted
So
because
which means
because
you're
of the day. So if it's physical trauma, I'm gonna say you can put like level 1 resistance to like basic bruises and knuckle busting, stuff like
So
that.
small injuries,
Yeah,
minor
yeah,
injuries.
yeah. Resistance to smaller minor injuries. You can do that. You don't have any physical
Yeah, I
stress.
was gonna write that. And I was like,
Now, who was that had mental stress?
Cost.
Me.
Both
Me
of
and
you.
Griffin.
All right. Under mental stress, you can put
So we're gonna do this up.
resistance to shock of infected or something like that.
We're just going into shock state as well.
Yeah.
Resistance.
So remember, like all the stuff that like you plundered.
Okay.
All right, you need to start figuring out like who's going to take
All right.
what and for what reasons.
So I'll say first we drop the stuff that we're not gonna need. The stuff that
Right.
we've already got in our inventories that we're not gonna need.
Oh, remember, and also if you're trying to carry a bow staff in a car, that's going to be cumbersome to try and get out the door fast.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless you're planning on sawing it in half to,
Yeah, we can.
Because
No, we can
Griffin's
make
good-
a screama sticks with it.
Well, you're gonna be the one using it, so you can do whatever you want with it. Like I said, that goes to you.
And remember, you have to keep in mind what kind of wood it's made out of.
It's oak.
It's oak, all right, so it'll be a lot more sturdy, but still, it will eventually break at some
Yeah,
point.
but what? Hold on. I'm gonna go around the room. All right.
Well, Here, hold
So-
on. Xavier, what were you trying to say?
I was going to say that like everyone should at least get a handgun if we have enough. That
We
way
don't have enough
can
handguns for everybody to
trade
have.
in
We
for
got
that,
like
two or three.
Oh,
We have 1, 2.
well, here's the thing. All right, anyone who has the, like the skill of crack shot,
I have it.
they should get a rifle.
I have Plinker.
Yeah,
And she
Like,
does
and-
have military training.
yeah. And, all right, so since she,
I don't need
take
a rifle,
his
I need a
info.
handgun, given that
Okay,
his
then she
goal
needs a
stress.
handgun.
Because it's got a scope on it.
I know military training from my uncle.
All right.
Ricky.
all right. Well, if anyone has the skill crack shot or sniper, they should be the ones to get the scoped rifle. Anyone who has crack shot can get a rifle or a pistol. But if anyone's already got a pistol, then they should give
Would
that.
Plinker count as any kind of like, just in general, like
What's a plinker?
so like whenever
A
you go
22.
whenever you go plinking, it's like you shoot like
I just wear 20.
bolt actions,
Yeah.
pumps,
Oh,
so
okay.
not military.
Yeah, basically 22 long rifles or 22 pistols.
Or
So,
it can be
yeah.
heavier, but
You can take the
Mostly-
22 rifle
yeah.
at my dad's.
So how many pistols do you
But also,
We
yeah.
have one,
Also,
two,
you have to.
three.
You
I
also,
have 3, and then however many he's got.
also, you have to bear in mind anything that's a 22, you can put a Coke bottle on the end of
Silence.
to make a basic silencer out of
Yeah.
it. In which case, it will be even more quiet than any other normal gun because an M4 or an AR-15 will make a hell of a racket when the round goes off.
one other thing too is 22s are just naturally just quieter in general, comparatively.
Um,
All
They
guns are.
don't kill unless you actually hit a specific, deadly part too.
Yeah, you have to
Because
be.
they
Kill
are
squirrels.
okay.
Which for sure, right now, all we know is a shot to the head will kill them. We don't know if they can die from trauma. Like if we
You
hit
mean
a
blunt
jugular,
force?
like if we hit a jugular, like shoot through a jugular, will they bleed out and die, or is
We
it
don't
straight?
know.
Yeah, because you,
actually
yeah,
destroy
because
the brain?
well, along with that, you still don't know about what you said earlier in one of the episodes about using mustard gas because you don't know if they have a pulmonary,
Yeah.
Oh, I
lung capacity. So if they don't have that, then they might not have blood flow. In which
We need
case,
to find out.
Okay, so who here has the crack shot perk? And then Kaz has military training,
all right,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
all right. Now here's the thing: do you want a rifle, or are you good? Are you okay
I'm
with
better
it?
with a handgun
Alright.
because of
Okay.
my limitations with my gun.
All right, so
Do you want a 22, a 9mm, or one of the ones that Jacob has?
22.
Okay, so you can take the 22 pistol.
how many rounds does it have with it?
It's got 200 rounds in total.
How many magazines?
We've got 2 clips for it.
All right, so you have 2 magazines. All right, you have 2 magazines. What's the bullet?
I think it holds.
10?
It's not a large one. Like it's not large. It's like the.
8?
On average, on average, they hold 8 to 10, depending on whether it's an
Oh.
It's one of the smaller ones.
Well, just
because
put,
it's.
just put 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So 10 round magazine with
And you have 200 rounds.
Yeah,
in
two
total.
10 round magazines. So at any given time, you have 20 bullets ready to go.
Yeah, and there is 200 rounds in total that we have starting out with it.
Alright.
So, all right. So,
And rifles are more precise for those of you that can carry them because they have a longer barrel.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
and
she's
also,
getting
and
22.
also, and also, I think a stock 22 has a generic range of lethality at
A
what?
mile.
Oh no! I mean,
On the-
no generic lethality. Plus against a slow-moving target, I would say with a scope is at about maybe 100 yards.
Well, okay. It says on the box lethal up to a mile. Ish.
Okay,
it-
because you have the plinker. Do you want the 22 rifle?
Sure, I'll take it. Yeah.
Again, 200 rounds.
So okay, hold on. 22 rifle.
How many magazines with it, or is it a bolt action?
It's bolt action.
So it's one round at a
I
time.
have a semi-automatic with 2 magazines, one 25 and one 10 round, at home.
Okay.
For now, we're going with
Yeah.
what we have for now.
So
It's bolt action. So,
So I'm gonna say for reload, it's at least 3 to 5 seconds per
Yeah.
per
and
round.
how much ammunition you said?
200 rounds.
Cool. Nice.
Now, after that, we have. We don't have that many rifles left. Where's the rifles that he has? What does he have?
He has.
Yeah, everything that y'all have divvied up, like cross off that list, and then that way.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making sure. I'm checking it off on mine.
I'm kind
Alright.
of putting
So-
stuff that I don't need.
And those are like
Hold
the
on, hold on.
swords. Stuff.
I'm good with the 9mm and the samurai sword. That's
Alright.
all I really
Okay,
Okay,
need.
so you take a 9mm.
Can I take the sword?
All right. Yeah. All right. So is everyone okay with Emily getting the throwing knives?
Do you want all of them?
I'm not very
Yeah,
accurate.
screw it. Why not?
Alright, so that's 10, that's 18 throwing knives because of the 8 that I have at my house.
Alright. Is there a bandolier with those, like to hold the knives?
Mine do.
Yeah, his does, and then mine are actually in a case that goes on your side.
Okay, so she would have to get a bandolier or the case.
That's gonna be lit. That's gonna be
Well,
lit.
she can have, because he's got a bandolier and he's got 10, I've got 8, and they're actually, like, they're not in a case like a box, they're actually like, I guess you would say it's a sheath for them,
Yeah.
It's like
where you can just kind of pull them out from your side.
All right. Well, do you want to give her the bandolier for the
Yeah.
knives? All right. So how many knives does that thing hold?
It holds about, I want to say about 16 in total.
All
But
right.
I only have like 10 in there.
All right. Well, could the knives that he has fit in it?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. So right. 16 throwing knives with
18.
or
I got
Yeah,
8.
all right. 18 throwing knives with a knife belt.
You're not taking my katana, you erase that right now.
No, that was one of the
All right.
stuff
All right. So she's
He has 2.
all
I
right.
have 2
Oh,
separate
yes,
Hey,
two, okay.
So she's taking that, so cross that off the list, and then all right, and then what else is everyone else
So
getting?
who has a melee weapon already, and how many is left?
I have a
I have one.
I don't have a melee weapon.
Can I take the 9mm?
You can have a 9mm, yes. There's 216 rounds in total between both 9mm at my house.
All right, wait, hold on. All right, so he's getting a 9mm, Mike's getting a 9mm.
Michael's getting one of
16
his.
clips,
Oh,
then
one of
the
his.
9mm
All right.
left, and then-
So all right, so how many rounds total of 9mm?
From my dad's house, we've got 216.
And
And from
I
his,
don't
he's
know.
got
It's-
16 clips. Each
it's
clip
like-
has 8.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be
8 times 16.
8 times 16 is hold on, times 16, 120,
128.
128.
So that's
Halved,
128.
halved is 64.
Hang on.
Well, it's
Well,
like
times
it's
2
16
because he's
Hold on,
got 16 per
Yeah,
pistol.
it's 16
Plus-
each.
How much is it total?
It's 2.
Plus 216 from mine.
Plus 216 plus 2.
Go ahead and take off the other ones.
It's
That's 472.
All right, divided by 2.
236.
All right,
Well,
all right,
We've got not 3 9mm, because he's got one.
All right, well, hold on.
times
Plus
2.
2.
And then
He's got, no,
Divided
he's
by
got
3.
2, I've got
He's
2.
got
Oh, so it's 4.
So it's
No,
like-
I've got 2.
Hold on,
You're
guys.
57.
157-ish.
All right, so between the three of you, take 157 rounds of 9mm ammo.
You're
So
taking a
take
9mm.
one 9mm.
Hmm?
Yes.
So 157 rounds.
Yeah. So you've got one 9mm with 157 rounds. And
I'm
we only
extremely
have one
proficient
clip.
with pistols.
He has extra clips. At my dad's house, we have 1 clip per 9mm.
All right.
He
Well,
has extra clips, so we can use the extra clips.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
in my head.
yeah.
9mm usually has 8 or 9 bullet rounds in each clip, right?
Yeah.
So if I
Roughly.
divide that,
All right. So is that pretty much all the weapons short of the swords?
No, because
No,
there's still
'cause we
guns.
still have
We
the
still
M4
have
and
the
shotgun.
M4.
The M4, is that fully automatic?
It's,
His? No.
it's semi.
All right, similar.
Well, is that's right.
Yeah, I'm
it's,
taking
I,
it.
okay.
it's
I thought you
basically
were taking
it's
the-
basically a
I'm not
mili-
taking a 9mm. I'm not taking the Mosin either because
Is-
I'll leave that to my dad.
it's basically like a cop issue version of a M16.
Trying to take the Mosin from my dad is like trying to fight a grizzly bear barehanded.
Barehanded.
um,
I got jokes.
So how many clips would I have? Just one?
16, 17. We've got 18 clips.
Basically, if y'all wound up, basically if y'all wound up,
16 clips each.
if y'all wound up running into a herd,
That's 32.
if y'all wound up running into a herd of infected, the easiest, like the best way to, like to
them bitches
the best way to deal with that kind of situation is basically leapfrogging, like Navy SEALs do. So one person, like, fires until they're empty.
And then you
They
switch out.
Yeah, they fall back. They fall back to the back of the line. The next person, behind them, starts firing while that person is reloading, and you just keep going like dominoes until they're all gone.
That was also a old school tactic. Is they would stand in front of each other, and you would get lower the farther ahead you would be, and they would all fire at the same time.
Yeah, but the
like a fire.
34 total clips.
yeah, but the problem is
Divided by
that
4.
your reload time.
Because that's for the 9mm.
That would be
That
for
way you
can only
better
call
for
it
like
reloading at once.
masses.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Hey, do we have enough stuff at your house to make a homemade flamethrower?
Jesus.
We already have, I have a bug spray.
A
He
World,
has
A bug
hair
spray.
a World War, a
So
World
each
War,
person.
guys, a World War II issued military flamethrower held, I think, 900 psi in the tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
so-
way you're building that thing from
Don't forget,
scratch.
you've got an authentic gas mask in case we get oxygen canisters.
So,
If somebody goes after the zombies, chemical weapons.
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Um,
you guys
yeah,
can,
okay,
you guys
so
can finish doing
8
this.
mags per person.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna take the M4. We have somebody's taking a 9mm, somebody's taking a 9mm, somebody's taking a 9mm. You guys have 8 clips each.
16.
No, you have 8 clips each. That way everybody gets an even amount.
No, it's 16 each.
No, it's not because
Or-
we have 34 clips in total.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because the 2 that I have at my dad's.
Yeah,
You're fine.
we still have
Um,
the rounds. It's just we only have enough clips to have 8 clips
Yes.
to put the bullets in. Alright.
Who else wants a 9mm? No, Cons took a 9mm. No, she took a 22. Who else is taking a
I did not take a
9mm?
9mm.
Yeah, he took a 22. Do you want a 9mm?
Sure.
Alright, he's taking 9mm. 8. You have 8 clips. So that's all the 9mm taken care of.
So then I guess Emily will be getting one of
Going
the
now.
Well, since she's wearing the Deadpool shirt, she should get a sword.
Really?
Oh, he's wearing one too, so give him a sword too.
I mean, I was kind of taught to use a sword.
I
Not
took the other
Okay,
professionally,
who here is
but-
actually taught how to use a
I
sword?
took
Yeah, I took the other locks.
One at a time. One at a time. You took the longsword, I know.
Yeah.
Take a longsword.
All she's got right now is knives. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a longsword because I've
We have-
got 2 of those at my dad's
We have
house.
4 in total.
So that's-
There's 2 from him, 2 from him.
Okay.
All right, so longsword to her.
Combining weapons.
Alex is getting one right.
Alex
Yeah.
can have one. So what do you have spare that hasn't been taken? He's
Wait,
got.
is Griffin using a bow staff or a?
Griffin's got a bow staff and a longsword because he's able to use
Oh,
those.
So the swords at my house, there's
Uh-huh.
the Elucidator and Dark Pulsar, which are, you know,
You have
and
4
then
swords.
there's the Samurai swords, which are about the blade is about
Well,
like
he took one of your samurai swords. He took one of your
that.
samurai swords.
maybe a little bit longer.
Basically,
Oh.
Wazakashi.
It was
Yeah.
a samurai sword.
That's what
right
he
now,
taught
like
him.
this is kind of like y'all's choice, but back at my house, there's bows
Oh.
and a lot of arrows.
See, that's
There's
useful.
also
We need to go by there when we get
there's
changed.
also
My dad
swords.
also has a con.
All right.
Very
Okay.
nice. I love them so much.
Um,
All right. So days gone by. You've already planned out what you're gonna do next. All of you redacted your traumas out to gain resistances at this point. You know, for level 1 resistances. All right, now, y'all are fixing to leave the house. You look outside.
Oh shit.
There's no infected. It hasn't spread that, or you don't know if it's spread that far out yet, but you know that there isn't any that are out there in the front yard, so you can get to your vehicles easily. So pile in. All the stuff's already loaded up in the backpacks of what you're going to take with you.
Okay.
You get in the cars. What are you doing, or where are you going?
So we're not staying here, as per what DM just said.
I mean, do you want to stay at his house and just wait for it to blow over?
I don't want to wait for it to blow over
Because remember, you have
a.
a finite amount of food in between
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We have
8,
a large
9,
finite amount of food.
9, and the
One
small.
of us have hunger.
Hey, and the small child,
And Miss
Yeah.
Debbie is.
and Miss Debbie.
I understand
So you
that.
have
And I
11.
have that kid with me.
That's,
Well, that's the
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
child,
Oh.
and then your dad. That's 12 people. I doubt there's enough food in there to keep
And then
12
little
people.
James and Charity, who are both at my dad's house.
Yeah, and so I doubt. So between 14
Well-
people, I doubt there's enough food to keep y'all fed for longer than a day.
Well, we've got
Or two.
at my dad's house. We've got 3 cupboards of canned goods.
Well, I'm just
and
saying a day or two.
So we could.
we have enough to get us
All
I'll
right. So
bet
long
you the
enough
star.
for 12 people.
14.
Anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. A month if we ration it.
I know a place where there's some beef, like there's frozen beef.
Yeah, Walmart.
No. I mean like 5 minutes away from where we're at, and it's like where he cuts up deer, cows.
Oh,
like,
a butcher shop.
like a butcher shop.
But
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
gonna spoil.
No, it's frozen. He's saying it's still in the freezer.
Well, if
Yeah.
if it's only a day, then the power might still be on. In which case, it still could be
Yeah.
good, but you don't know. Like
The
it,
generator's
that could
on
kind of help
automatic system.
make a buffer between the perishables, and we could eat that because it is perishable.
okay.
Another thing too is I know where some cows are
All
that
right.
we could kill.
the generators to power on the automatic
not the
system.
Lulu's.
Hold on, I
When
can't.
the thing of to pay it has run out, that's when the power turns off.
Okay.
How that works is people get the money, they put in how much money, and then it resets. So it's on the automatic system. It goes until they don't pay.
Yeah, but we don't know like at that
What's been
place,
destroyed?
like at the actual.
Well, you have to pay your bill on the 25th
Yeah, that's how
of
it
each
works.
day.
But
Yeah.
we don't know that the system
they-
itself hasn't been messed up.
Yeah, and if it's
Yeah.
still on an analog system for the most part, then they would have to send someone out to actually turn off the power, in which case it's still going to keep running
could
as long as
have-
it's on.
And they could have done that intentionally to help them preserve themselves. Like that individual group could have isolated themselves and kept the electricity for themselves.
True.
All this stuff that are we gonna keep this stuff here and just
Did,
come back
did
here?
y'all hear her?
I would say.
No, all right.
Hold
What'd you
on,
say? What'd you say,
She has
Cuz?
solar.
I still have the solar panels. We haven't used any of them. So if electricity
So
goes out,
whenever
we can
we-
have
Yeah.
minimal power.
Whenever we
Okay.
figure
See,
out
that's
somewhere to
genius.
stay. Wait a minute. You have a
excuse me.
farm. We can literally farm
Yeah, I was
food.
gonna say that.
Uh, I do have a question. Are we going to get your parents?
I was planning on it.
And are we going into town to get Alyssa?
Well, remember, you're slowly adding up people to become a group.
Yeah.
We know this,
This
but
is turning into
Every
walking
living
dead
person
real
we
quick.
save, that's
We're gonna
one
have to
less
split off
dead
at
we
some
have to
point.
fight.
Because the rest of it's just not going to be able to.
But it also makes you a bigger walking meat target.
Yeah,
More people,
it
more
does.
guns.
Well, actually,
Essentially.
at some point, we're going to have to split off because the group's getting too big, and we're going to go after his little sister.
Yeah.
we can do that. We have no problem doing that.
All right.
Well,
We're
me
trying
and
to
my
figure out
family
is-
and my friends
Alright.
have our own separate zombie apocalypse. If we can get them all together, I don't mind splitting up.
Excuse me.
with them.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right. So first, I need to ask this, cause, did you ever receive a call from your friends in the military about what's going on in town?
We never figured that out.
Well, no, you made a phone call, but
Okay.
but like you've been trying to keep tabs with them. So did they ever call you
I
back?
want to say Bree probably did. Boyce was probably already shipped off with the Navy. I wouldn't have been able to get a hold of her
All right.
as
alright.
easily, you know.
All right. Well, so you got a hold of her. All right. So after the roadblocks had been set up,
Mm-hmm.
the infected had turned into a small herd, in which case they had actually managed to overrun the military, and some of the military servicemen had been infected as well. And so it has slowly started spreading into Hendersonville.
So
So
spreading the opposite direction of where we are now.
yeah, so they're not moving into the country. Remember, they're moving in towards where there is noise and where there is
Yeah.
smell, and anything that they can see. So they are literally
So-
like
So
they-
naturally
they-
we had-
they are literally headed. They are literally beating a path down Nashville Pike, turning into Gallatin Road once you get in it, get into Hendersonville.
There
Okay,
was
we're gonna
that,
get that
there was that
train.
zombie that was able to
I
that knew
know,
how to work
Guys.
the doors.
Hey Gus,
There was that zombie who was able to work the doorknob
Uh-huh.
perfectly well, so they may be able to use the guns. Infected
Oh,
military and police may be able to use their guns.
Yeah.
because you don't know if they have residual
Yeah.
memory left
Because
over
like
from
one
from
used to
skills.
Muscle
work
memory.
very well.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah.
So,
Here's my idea.
Because you chop, you use an axe about a couple hundred times, you eventually start building muscle memory and can just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have
Here's-
much of a mind to do that. It's just
Yeah, it's
the
just-
action.
Yeah.
Natural.
Yeah,
Here's
that's
my
what I'm
idea.
saying.
Tim has a 10-acre farm. All right, that's a lot of land that we have.
Well, here's the thing though, if these things are starting to move through Hendersonville, if they get their way to Nashville, you have to remember the national highway system. Every highway eventually runs through Nashville. Period. North, south, east to west.
Yeah.
Because I-40 runs from east coast to west coast, and then I-65 ends in Chicago. Yeah, believe me, I know. I've driven to Chicago. So but
Here's-
I-65 going south
So would this be on the news?
gets to Atlanta.
Long Hollow Parkway
There's
is
a
the countryway
lot.
to
There
Nashville.
is a lot of damn people in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Out of
Yeah,
curiosity,
but-
Josh, would this be on the news or something that
It would be
people
on.
could see?
Yeah, it would be on the news, but
Alright, you would
like,
be seeing that from your phone then at my dad's house because we don't have cable.
yeah. All right, so but here's the issue though, because that is now happening. It's actually making the news. There has now been a nationwide quarantine of the surrounding 5-county area of
So this includes Sumner County.
yeah. So Sumner, Davidson, Robertson,
Rutherford.
Wilson County,
Okay,
Like-
so they're quarantining us.
Yeah, so like literally they're like now they brought out just full like they brought out the Marines.
Mhm.
They put up K-rail barricades like 2 tiers high or 3 tiers high and MRAPs and tanks, and they have got a shoot to kill order.
Yeah, just
Right.
like, have you seen
So-
the show Containment? It's just like that.
Yeah.
All right, so no,
where's this farm at?
So well, no, here's
Like 5-10 minutes away.
here's what I'm gonna say. At this point, you have the option because you don't know if the military is going to like the burning of Atlanta back during the Civil War. If General Sherman's march, if they're just gonna march through all 5 counties and kill anything in eyesight, just to make sure. Now, you either had the option of staying off in a farm and waiting for it to blow over, but you might wind up.
We might get a bombing run.
Yeah, you might be on
We
the.
have a bomb shelter.
Yeah, well, yeah, but still, they could be doing cleanup afterwards.
Yeah.
So the other option is with all your weapons and trying to salvage anything along the way, try and take care of the outbreak yourself. Because the more noise that you make, the more apt they're going to be coming towards you instead of trying to get through Nashville or trying to make their way towards Nashville.
Well, I got to get to Hendersonville either way because I got like
And
a
remember,
2-year-old nephew and a
well,
3-year-old niece.
and
so.
also remember, the more noise you make, or like the
The fellow-
Okay.
Like the
I have
foot-
an idea. I have an idea. We're gonna take a vote. All in favor of hunkering down and letting it blow over. I'm not taking part in this vote. I want you to raise your hand if you're in favor of letting it blow over and just settling down at the farm for a little while. Show of hands.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted. What are you saying?
We're taking a
Write
vote.
down.
We're taking a vote.
Okay.
The vote is I'm not taking part in this. If you want to go to Tim's farm and try and wait for it to blow over and hope for the best and use the bomb shelter if we have to, raise your hand now.
And the alternative was to.
The alternative is we take care of this fucking outbreak ourselves and be goddamn heroes.
Take
All
care
in
of the
favor.
outbreak.
All right, so hold on. All right, so
Yeah.
so waiting it out at the farmhouse.
Farmhouse, raise your hand.
If you're in favor of taking it to the farmhouse and waiting it, raise your hand.
So one. So all those.
All in favor of being big
At
goddamn
this point,
heroes,
I'm
raise
just
your
gonna
hand.
go up to X and slap him. Just
All
for
right,
that.
so yeah.
Alright, so everybody wants to be big
He
goddamn
takes,
heroes.
he
Alright.
takes the social stress to be the only person to want to hunker down.
No, I think you'd be fine with that.
He's cool.
Alright, if you want to hunker
So-
down and you don't want to be a big goddamn hero with the rest of us, go hunker down. The rest of
No.
us, let's go be heroes.
All right.
No, because we all voted, so I'm
Alright,
just going to
hold
go
on.
with y'all.
So,
What
are
are
we
the
going
chances
to
we can get to your
Hendersonville
shot?
to save your?
Oh,
Niece and
pretty
nephew
quick.
and
Niece and nephew
rest
and
of the rest of my family.
Yeah.
they're mostly in
So
the
are we
back
going
of
there
the
first?
section, so-
All right, so-
I want to check on my mom and dad
Since
first.
they've
Hold on,
already
all right,
gone
so
to
anyone-
Hendersonville,
hey,
they won't leave it.
Anyone that y'all are wanting to check on to try and make sure that they're staying safe, at this point you would probably want to call them because you're not sure how long the
Yeah.
cell towers are going to stay up.
Gotcha. I'm gonna call my girl later.
Yeah,
I'm on my way.
I'm gonna call my mom.
I send it. We have my family does like mass text. I'd like.
All
It
right.
sounds so
Also going
stupid,
to-
but
Right now.
All right. Well, all right. So anyone who's messaging or calling, you have to roll a charisma social test.
well, my
So,
mom lives here in Gallatin, so she would have done known what's going on.
well, yeah.
And
Same
so
with
is my
my
great
dad
grandfather. So.
All right.
And my girl, since I told her to just wait for me.
So,
I'll do because she's my mom.
Yeah, you get one positive because they're all going to be family members or friends, and then so it's just a positive, negative, and another positive, and that's it.
Okay.
This
I
would
got
be,
no successes.
This would be charisma,
I got
right?
failure and no
Yeah, it's
successes.
charisma.
2
I've
successes,
got-
1 fail.
Hold on, guys. All right, let's start around the
I've
room.
got
All right, so
one.
Emily.
Okay, 2 successes, 1 fail.
All right, so just a point of social stress, but you succeeded. So, not what?
I already
No,
had
just-
1.
Oh, okay. All right, so you convince them to try and stay inside and just barricade the doors. You know, until you can get to them because you explain the situation, Jake.
2 successes, 1 fail.
So point of social stress, and all right, and you tell them the same thing, Xavier.
Ooh, 1 success.
Any fails?
Now the other 2 canceled out.
Okay, good. All right, so you tell them the same thing.
Calling my mom, I got no successes and a fail, and then I got 1 success and a fail on calling my great grandfather.
All right, so 2 points of social stress, and all right, so you couldn't get a hold of your mom.
Yeah.
but you're, you know, the old man you got a hold of, and you told him what's going on. Would he have a pistol in the house? I'm only asking.
He's got a 12 gauge.
This is a yes or no answer question.
Yeah, he's got guns. He's got guns.
All right. So
We're good.
he'll,
My
so
family
he
has
can, so
guns.
he can protect himself. All
Yes,
right, Mike.
he is. What is your charisma?
Yeah, why'd you roll?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got,
yeah. Hold on.
I'm a fail.
No, he's supposed to add a positive die, not two negatives.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so roll. Yeah, so roll that again.
My bad.
You're good.
One success, no fails.
All right. So yeah, you're
I
good.
tell my girl I'm on my way to get her.
All right.
Just
All right.
barricade yourself. And I want to do another one for my dad.
All right.
Because he's off of work. He'll be at the house.
All right.
Chances are he probably already knows. We've gone over zombie apocalypse plans
All right.
already. Okay.
That's a success. Those two cancel each other out.
No successes, no fails.
Wait, who was it?
His dad.
All right, you couldn't get a hold of him.
Damn.
All right.
I got 3 people. I'm gonna okay. So calling my dad, I got 2 successes, 1 failure.
So point of social. All right, you get a hold of him.
Okay.
All right. So next person.
All right, and he does have a gun there. This will be my sister Mary.
My dad has a bow and arrow, so.
All right,
combo
so
bow.
social, yeah.
Yeah.
Or yes, charisma.
Yeah.
2 successes, 1 failure.
All right, another point of social, and you get a hold of that person.
All right, and then my other sister Chrissy. Again, 2 successes, 1 failure.
One more point. All right, you get a hold of them.
All right.
All right.
Can
So
Hold on. All right.
When I call my Uncle Rocky to know what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead and try. All right, Alex, who are you trying to get a hold of?
I'm just gonna call my friend.
All right.
So
You
One
got
point of social stress and
one
no
success, one
successes.
fail.
All right, so you couldn't. All right, so you couldn't get a
It has
hold
to
of
be
him.
more than that.
No,
I have a 2.
that's not the point. It doesn't have to be more.
It has to be
It
less
just,
than
it just
that.
has to be something that doesn't get canceled out by another dice.
All right, so you couldn't get a hold of him. All right. All right.
He got a success and fail.
All right.
I'm making one more roll. I'm not.
All right.
forcing
So
it. I'm
all
just telling
right.
you
So
what
you just have
happens.
to take a point of social stress,
me.
Mike. Yeah. So 1 point of social stress, and then you got a hold of that person.
I got a success.
All right. So you got a hold of whoever.
I'm telling them to stay inside and barricade the fuck out of themselves and hide somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so I
wait.
gotta hold my Uncle Rocky?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now that you've gotten a hold of everyone,
Hey,
yeah.
I asked him what's going
Oh,
on.
that goes.
Okay.
Do I let you guys know, or do you tell us what I found out?
All right. Where does he work?
He works in the air base in Texas. Can't remember what.
All right. Well, you just tell him what's going on over here, and
ask him to keep tabs?
you ask him to keep tabs, but he's already aware because it's made its way through the pipeline already, to all the other
Can we
bases.
get an
Just
evac?
because they're all on
Oh
standby.
yeah, he's
They're-
on the Air Force.
Yeah.
I asked him for an evac.
Yeah, they're all on standby because if Fort Campbell falls, then someone else is going to have to come in and sweep it, sweep up. So,
Hey, I can also ask him for clearance for guns.
yeah, but you're not to that point yet. All right, so as you're coming into Gallatin, it is just absolute mayhem. It's not mayhem. It's mayhem on the upside of town, but down here it's deserted. You
Let's
could
go to the
you
welding
could
shop.
hear a mouse.
Let's go.
You could hear a mouse fart.
Alright,
We're heading to this welding shop.
All right, hold on.
we're gonna go to the welding shop, get all the trucks, armor them up, and then go to wherever we need to go after that.
All right. Well, remember you're spending time to weld, and
Yes.
that's to armor these vehicles.
we're
You're gonna
very
you're gonna have to spend a full day doing this, if
We can
not
do that.
longer.
Yeah, we got the metal.
Well,
we got
remember
the
for every
time, we
day.
got the-
Remember for every day
For every day that goes
Yeah,
by,
by
it gets
one
worse.
if one day goes by, chances are they could be in Nashville because remember they are basically leapfrogging all the
we
way to
understand that.
Nashville.
It's just the issue that we're looking at is
Hendersonville's
we
got-
are not fully protected to the best of our ability. If we
Well,
weld up something,
still, but Hendersonville is bad enough if they make it to Rivergate.
Yeah.
yeah.
and then once they hit Rivergate, if they hit Nashville, then it's just
What
over.
do you guys want to do? Do you want to weld up something at Michael's shop? Like take a big truck, weld it up to where
I've
the
got a
whole thing is?
semi that's the only thing you
Guys,
need
he needs to make his
armor
calls.
up.
I didn't make my calls.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, yeah, go
Terribly
ahead.
sorry for that.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna call my grandfather.
So 2 positive, 1 negative, and that,
Okay,
yeah,
and he is a veteran, so he has extensive military training.
okay. There, just,
What stat is it?
charisma. So 1 point of social stress, and I'm guessing you didn't get any passes. All right. So
New dice.
they're all the same.
Yeah, but you know.
Alright, so-
you don't like those dice.
All right. So 1 point of social stress, and you couldn't get a hold of him.
Alright, so I've got a plan.
All right. So where are y'all? Are
We want
y'all?
to go to the welding shop and weld up the 18-wheeler, the semi.
That I have there.
18
That's the,
wheeler.
well,
yeah, we have
semi.
a semi there.
Okay.
Weld that up, weld up the back piece, like weld up the back trailer of it, and fortify it that way it's built for specifically
basic-
zombie warfare.
Basically, you're trying to turn this thing in.
Into
Like
a
if you,
dreadnought.
if you try to do this, you're trying to turn it into the dreadnought from Death Race, but
Yep.
also the semi trailer that they pulled with that bulldozer and trimmers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when
That's gonna
we
be
have-
That would take longer than a day.
That's
That
good.
would take a week.
That's gonna, one, it's too long, and 2, it's also like a gas guzzler, and I think it's gonna. It's
No. He got the extra money to get efficient gas, so he doesn't have to pay for gas. My
The
boss.
one thing that I'm looking at is, do we want to weld up vehicles built for zombie warfare? That way we have slits to where the zombies can't get in, but we can actually shoot out of them.
Oh yeah, we got enough.
Cars are fine, honestly. I mean, like for
I'm
smart
looking at the
cars-
fact of they can break through windows. And we don't know if any of them can run or not. We don't know if any of them are mutated.
Oh shit! Also, we got a gigantic container forklift that we can just run over the bastards. Just reinforce the windows and shit.
Well, that's not my parents'
Tim,
vehicles.
throw in your 2 cents.
Here's the deal. I say maybe spend a day welding 1 or 2 of the vehicles we got and be
Mhm.
done with it. Right? If we're really
Right.
really gun ho to weld something.
It's not that we're gun ho. We're
Well,
gun ho about protecting.
well,
not will.
And also remember this: if you're welding and armoring these vehicles, these vehicles are stock from the factory. They have a certain amount of power. The more weight that you add to them, the more they get bogged down, in which case they can't move as fast.
Yeah.
And also they burn more gas because they have
That-
more weight added to them.
That's the issue that I have.
Here's the idea. We can take the vehicles that we have
Mhm.
to the welding shop, but on the way there, we can stop by the rally and pick up some more of the muscle cars that have a lot of horsepower behind them and drive those there and armor up muscle cars with a lot of torque and horsepower, so we're pushing a lot more speed.
Well, and also remember some of them were burning and exploding. So
That could
you
have
don't,
spread.
yeah. So you don't
Yes.
know like how many are
Well,
actually
we can
viable.
bypass
You don't know how many are actually viable to use.
Yeah.
We understand, but we can bypass by there on the way to the welding shop. Just to look.
Hey, we can also get a school bus.
Look, a look could never
Yeah,
hurt.
that is true.
magic school
Huh?
I try calling him.
Yeah, you can try calling again.
Which
Yeah,
is
anyone
best.
who didn't pass trying to call someone they were trying to get a hold of, you can try again at this point. Because I'd say about maybe 10 minutes.
Nope.
10 minutes have gone by. Huh?
2 success, 1 fail.
Take 1 point of social stress, but you get a hold of him.
Okay, so
Nope. I had no
obviously we
failings,
don't
but I
have-
was
Hold on,
down.
guys.
successes.
Hold on. I can't.
He's got access to multiple weapons. I'm gonna basically have him go and get my sister. He knows where she is, not very far.
All right.
Do I need to roll for that? I mean, he has extensive military training,
Nah, he'll be. He's. Yeah.
and so just have him
I'm gonna-
on his way here, I guess.
Yeah. Or just like figure out a way to like tell him, hey, this is where we're gonna be. Just meet us here.
Yeah.
All right. Who else is needing to roll to get a hold of?
I didn't get any failures, but I also didn't get any successes.
All right. So I still can't get
Yeah.
a hold.
Odds are my mom's dead then. Yeah, that's great.
All right.
I'm gonna do something because I don't want my little brother to die.
Are you gonna try
My
again?
dad, no, I'm telling my dad to take my little brother somewhere safe. Take my little brother and Charity and get somewhere safe. We'll deal with it. just to get him out of the way, and have him take the little girl and Miss Debbie with him,
To the bunker that he has.
or just take the little girl with him because we can use Miss Debbie.
All right.
Miss Debbie can fire a 9mm.
She can lend a hand.
We
We
took
can use the little girl
I
too.
took
No,
off
I'm
her
in-
arm
we
that
can
she
use
uses.
We can use
You
the
don't
little
need 2
girl.
arms
Guys.
to fire a
That's
pistol.
her main arm.
Guys,
Hey, CJ, we can use the little girl.
it does matter because if she's a right-handed person, shooting left-handed is going to be really
Okay.
awkward for her.
Okay.
She was left-handed, but like we took off her left arm.
No, we took off her
We
right
took off her
arm.
right arm.
Okay.
she's
Either way, we
right-handed.
took off.
Guys.
her-
Okay.
Here's what I think we should do with Miss Debbie. She should go with like his dad because we don't need a one-armed, righty
It's gonna
who
take
has a lefty.
resources.
Right?
I'm just
It's
gonna
take
convince my dad to
resources,
take everybody and go somewhere safe, and the rest of us will just take care of the whole
and
zombie.
if you fail, I can do it too.
Yeah. Well, do I get one because he's assisting then? Because I've
Yeah.
got one for natural leader, one because he's my dad, regular positive and negative, and then one for him assisting.
Yeah, but also,
I also have logistic coordinator if you
well,
want to take
no,
bonus for that.
just put in another negative because you're trying to, it's kind of a messed up.
Because I
situation.
am his kid.
Well, yeah, and so.
Okay, let's see. 2 successes, 1 fail.
So, what were you, charisma?
Convince it, yeah,
Yeah,
charisma.
alright, so 1 point of social stress.
Yep.
And how many successes?
2.
Alright, so you successfully convince him. Alright, so he takes everyone else that doesn't need to
Because I
be there.
trust him to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he takes everyone else that doesn't need to be there and he beats tracks. Alright.
And actually, I can't remember if it was Jacob or Michael that said it, but a bus that would somewhat be a good idea. But
The
at the
bus
same
wouldn't be too
time,
bad,
Alright.
and then we don't have to
Alright.
build the bus as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, alright, well, and
Well,
also,
zombies can't reach the windows on a bus.
but also
Yeah.
remember, in order for it to be like more efficient, you would have to spend time with ratchets to take all the seats out, or leave just a few of them in. But you would
We can
still
take
have.
a cutting torch and just
If
cut
we
the
get
seats
one,
out.
if we get one of the MTA buses, they're hybrids.
Or we could just take a prison bus.
Huh?
The MTA buses, they're
There's
hybrids.
a bus.
No,
the
they're talking about
accordion
school
bus, that's your
buses.
welding shop, the bus. Is that a bus at your welding shop?
We have a compound right near it that we can take bus from.
There we go. We've got a bus.
And then
We
board
can
up
weld.
the back.
We
Is
don't have to
there-
weld extreme
Why
armoring
not?
on it. We can just weld some like
Alright.
Bars
stuff
on
on
the
the
windows.
windows. Yeah,
Well,
and some
and
spikes on the front.
Alright,
too.
remember you also have like the main door at the front, the emergency exit at the back, and then the new ones have those skylight
the top
exit.
hat.
Yeah, top hatches. So you have four possible exits where if you're keeping the top hatches in there,
I
you
say
would
that,
need to keep a seat there so that way you can stand up on it to get out if
Here's
you need
my
it.
idea.
I had a cabin.
You just say something real quick.
Okay.
At my shop, my boss has a snowplow front in the very back.
Put that on the front of it.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
guys.
that's a lot of weight. You would need winches for.
So we can put down the semi. It can haul 2,000 pounds.
Okay, guys.
we're getting back and forth.
Yeah, you're getting too sidetracked here. Wait, Emily.
Okay, about the whole bus thing. Say that we take out about like half of the seats, use them to board up the back.
Mm-hmm.
Way we're not wasting anything and using something that we could have used later. Take off some of the tops, like you know how you can disconnect the top part from the actual seat. We can make beds with those. You can also use them to wrap up wounds because there's wrapping in there and cotton that you can use.
Smart.
We can take the seatbelt out from the front, use that to make like a satchel or wrap up a wound.
Because I doubt anyone's
Yeah.
going to be worrying about wearing a damn seatbelt.
Well, there is.
No,
there
I
is-
mean
there's
like
a-
you can use it to make a sack of some sort.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Use
just
the
saying I don't
backpack.
think anyone's going to be worrying about wearing a seatbelt while they're driving a school bus
I would because if you're running into zombies, I don't want like
to fling through the windshield.
yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm just,
But
be smart. But
Yeah,
like,
I say
think
that get more of the seats and put them on the front towards the bottom because you really don't need all that much of view
I
because
think-
those windows are huge.
Okay.
Okay, you
I
only
think
really
we should
need
put a
like
harness instead of a
middle
regular
up to
seatbelt.
be able to see the road.
All right.
Because those are meant for regular speed limits. I think you're gonna need a harness because we're probably gonna go slow. We're gonna go fast. So instead of a regular seatbelt, we're probably gonna need a harness on that.
We're gonna attract them to us. So if you want to take the 18-wheeler, we can take the 18-wheeler. You can weld on that big thing on the front, and you can be front of the line.
Cool.
Yeah.
18 wheels are big and slow. That's another.
Not to
issue.
mention their
hard to stop.
their braking speed is shit.
Yeah,
Not this
school-
one. It's not your two.
Well, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying
I
with
actually have
with
a-
with semis. I'm saying that any semi that you find is going to be like a generic one. Any school bus you find is going to be like a generic one.
Yeah.
And
So,
So-
here's my plan. If you want to take the 18-wheeler and you want to weld that snowplow on the front, sure, you can be in front of us. You can take the 18-wheeler. We can put whoever wants to ride with you in it. All right. Don't armor it up heavily. Take off the big back thing, the trailer on the back.
Yeah.
Take off the trailer. There you go. You got that. Then we put people in the school bus. Here's my idea. With the school
Magic
bus, we can
school
weld it
bus.
so two people can come up out of the top hatches and shoot. We can have it so somebody can shoot out the back, and then we have all those other windows that we can just drop down and shoot out of.
Also,
We have a lot of
we're gonna have
places to
make
fire
sure
from.
that we block up the emergency exit windows because you gotta imagine that they actually can't open from the outside in.
Yeah, we can block those up. We can weld bars over them and stuff like
I'm
that.
going to let you also know we have a dump truck there. We can use that for supplies. Like
Well, we don't need to worry about
supplies
supplies.
and-
We're trying to kill all the zombies.
I
not-
know, but shit,
Guys,
how are we gonna carry it? All our guns and our ammo. What?
guys.
We have a school bus.
Exactly.
This is bad. Chill, right? Seriously.
Also,
We can
chill.
hold everything in the
Alright.
school bus.
Now,
Definitely.
All right.
I mean,
So
we could use the dump truck to mow down some because they are also hard to stop. So once you get going, you start plowing through. It's
and I
gonna
would
be
probably.
pretty difficult
all
to
right.
slow
All right.
down.
So all right. Yeah, we spent probably about 30 minutes talking about this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? All right. So what are you doing? Are you
We're gonna
staying? Or so you're taking the fight to
We're gonna
them?
be big goddamn heroes.
All right. So. Are you going? Are you just going to take your vehicles as is, or are you going to the welding
I
shop?
would-
We're gonna
would
go to the welding shop.
I,
He can
Well-
weld that big
well-
snowplow on the front.
Tim, what do you want to do?
I want to take the vehicles as is because I don't plan on being stupid. I plan on going on foot and kind of taking them out one by one, kind of quietly with melee weapons, right? And just kind of thinning the horde eventually.
But you guys think of how much time that would take.
Yes.
I'm looking at the quickest and safest route for everyone to be able to get this done as quickly as possible.
And if people are getting turned faster than you're killing them, then
Exactly.
there's really no point.
Yeah.
But then again, we also gotta imagine that Gallatin's been getting a bigger population recently, but the zombies are also gonna be moving towards
They're
City.
moving to
Bigger.
They're gonna be
A
in
lot of
massive
them-
cities.
Yeah, they're moving
So-
towards
So, like,
Hendersonville and then Rivergate and
north
then
of
Nashville.
here. There's probably gonna be way less zombies because they're already gone. They're moving towards Nashville, but the ones in the south are still gonna be moving.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Whatever,
the
that they
herd.
still move slow.
The herd is slowly moving.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're in a horde. If
See,
we
that's the
run them
problem.
over, we're taking a lot more at one time
Yeah.
than you are.
I
taking
say that
them
we
out
go
one by one
south
and more
and
efficiently.
start working from the bottom up because the ones from the
Here's the
north are
thing.
gonna be already turned. They're gonna be gone.
Yeah,
They're already
I
gonna be on their way
understand.
to Nashville.
Actually, on the north, it's more colder. Again, there's not much we know about this virus. It could be slower in the cold.
I would like
For
to.
all we
Yeah.
know, the virus could be dying up there in the cold, but thriving down in the south
Well,
with the heat. We don't know that.
Okay, we know that they've cordoned off Tennessee.
Yes.
They cordoned off the surrounding counties and everything in Tennessee where the outbreak happened,
Yes.
right? If they've cordoned that off, that means they're going to be sending the military in to clean stuff up in a couple days. Here's what we can do. Our biggest issue, what is it? What is the biggest group of zombies that we have to deal with right now and the military would have to deal with? The horde. If we armor up vehicles, we take out the horde, there's a lot less that the military have to deal with. There's a lot less zombies and they'd be more spread out. It'd be easier for them to come through and clean sweep, grab the people that aren't infected, that are surviving this.
You also gotta imagine that they might kill us.
There's also a thing if we take out a large majority, the military will be like,
Okay.
okay, well, there's not much there, so we can focus on something else and not even pay attention to us entirely.
here's what I'm gonna
If
do.
we're doing their job for them,
Hey.
I don't think they're going to be mad at us.
CJ, you want to come with me?
Yeah.
You want to come with me?
Okay,
I'll
here's
go
the
with-
thing.
you
Do
wanna
you want to
come
go
with
to
me?
a welding
You wanna
shop or
come
go
with
with him and take him out
I
quietly?
don't know.
We're going to
And I'm
Hendersonville to get my
level at
family.
CJ.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to down to get my family,
No.
right?
Mhm.
With or without y'all. Okay,
Alright.
Now-
when you stop in by my house, do you get my car? Yes or no?
we can.
You can. Okay.
Fuck it, I guess we're not welding stuff. We're just going straight to Hendersonville.
If,
Suicide mission.
If we are gonna weld stuff, my mother does also have experience welding, so.
See, here's the issue. He's not wanting to go
Your
and weld
mom is
vehicles.
like
Even if we just
experienced
take
in
like
everything.
a day to weld a couple things onto vehicles to armor them a little,
Well,
he's
then-
wanting to gung ho
Alright.
suicide mission.
Yeah, all right. So you're going to start moving up through Hendersonville,
Yeah.
just taking the regular vehicles.
Yeah.
And as you're coming, like as you're going through going through town, there's nothing. There's no one. It's deserted. There's absolutely nothing.
Basically, like those
All right.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
As you're getting into Hendersonville, the next town over, you're going and going and going. The lights are on in the buildings, but they're like there's no one.
There's no one in there.
Yeah, there's no one in the windows. But all you see are just blood streaks and abandoned cars on
Juicy.
Gallatin Road. And
Yeah,
but you don't really see anything. But like you had the windows cracked, but you had all the radios are off in the cars. But you hear this, off in the distance.
Okay.
But it's an audible distance. You don't see anything on the horizon going down Gallatin Road, but you do hear it. And so you start going and going and going and going. Once you get to about where Lowe's is, that's when you see it.
The horde.
There's a horde of roughly, like, you can't even count how many there are, but basically, like, from the back of the horde to the front of the horde is almost a half a mile long
Okay.
Fuck.
and about as wide as the road. So you're guessing roughly about 5,000 plus.
Here's the deal: is if they continue on south, then
Now remember,
they're not going south, they're going towards Hendersonville.
now remember, there are abandoned cars in the road. They are still running. The keys are in them. They're unlocked. Some of the windows are rolled down. So there is possible explosives.
all right, yeah, that's
We
what
don't
I'm
have
thinking.
anything.
Hey, I
Can I
question.
can I check for
We would just have to shoot at
Hey,
them.
wait.
Or
wait.
hold
I have a
on,
question.
wait.
Also,
Or put rags in into the gas
Yeah.
tanks and light them out.
But we would have to move to the zombies. But here's the
He said since we're getting closer to Lowe's, and I imagine that we'd be pretty close, and Horde's probably moving pretty slow. Can we try to sneak in there?
To get axes and
And
sledgehammers.
there would be a lot of
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's
there.
axes and
Here's my thing, though.
sledgehammers.
I don't know about
Propane
you, but
tanks.
like I can
Yeah,
make
there's also
small
propane
explosives.
Along with
Is there
that,
any way that
would-
we could I will fucking make a roll to see if we can get into Lowe's safely.
Well,
I
here,
can
Hold
make
up.
small
Hold
explosives.
up,
We never even got my.
guys, hold on. All right, so, so you know the horde is there. It is moving slowly. You don't know if the ones that are at the front are slowly turning, like normal citizens into more infected.
Yeah.
However, you just know that the ones that you can see and the general speed of the entire horde is slow moving. Now hold on. Are you going to go into Lowe's to try and get more sledgehammers and axes and propane tanks to try and make like
Actually,
improvised explosives?
that would be a
Because
really good idea.
they have flares in there.
I grabbed moonshine
They also have
from my dad,
weapons.
so
Hold on.
All right.
All right, wait. What?
Molotov cocktail?
We can make explosives, the propane tanks. We can make fuses and toss them at them.
And also Bluegrass Liquors was right down the road, so that's like
Yeah,
a couple
I grabbed-
that's a couple thousand bottles of
That's what
liquor.
I'm thinking.
and Molotovs
Yeah.
along
As
with
a
moonshine
group,
liquor.
is our goal to actually take out this horde?
Yes.
Or to get, okay, we're
I
trying to
want to
actually take
explode
them
a
out.
car.
Okay.
All right, what do
Is
y'all
there
want? All right,
electronics, any sort of electronics store?
Yeah.
not until later on.
See,
There are
this-
some electronics.
There's
like,
Radio Shack, but that's
Lowe's.
back the other direction.
No, they closed that down.
what do you want, Xavier?
Or not Radio Shack, but Electronic
Hey.
Express.
What do you want?
I would imagine that we've already passed by Walmart if we're going on our way towards Lowe's.
Yeah.
So we would be
No.
able to.
No.
Yeah.
Going out, if you're heading towards
Yeah.
Hendersonville, you would pass by Walmart and then you would hit Lowe's.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Walmart and Gallatin, but you didn't stop there.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We never
But like
even
you
got
said,
my
we
girl.
passed
We-
What
by.
I'm saying is,
But
if we
we
get
get
basic
back from-
electronics, I can wire alarm timers, and since I've got the blood flicker, we can get other flickers too, where we can sneak and set up points to where they are going to
Set them
split
to-
apart.
Alright.
We could
All right,
back
so
on
all right, so
to Walmart
all right, so look,
first.
just all right, we're gonna end the episode there.
With a lot
So
of
yeah,
propane.
so we're gonna end the episode there, and y'all are gonna decide
Off
like
camera.
yeah, off camera if you're
Before
gonna go
next
if you're going back to Bluegrass Liquors to get liquor. You know,
Bring
in
the
order
well.
in order to
Make
make
Molotovs.
make Molotovs, and then also if you're gonna try and go through Lowe's, but also you don't know what the zombie count if there are any in the liquor store or if there's
Or
any in
Lowe's.
Lowe's, and so you have to figure that out too.
Yeah.
All right.
Well-
So and then you're gonna have to decide what you're gonna get or what you're gonna use to try and deal with the horde. All right, so on that note, we're going to end it. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments and questions down below if you have any, and we'll see you in episode 5. So,
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, see you, everyone.
Hopefully we will.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.